What is the most interesting map you have seen this week?
Tarim Basin were approx. 4,000-year-old white Europoid mummies were found.
Number of Ukrainian refugees displaced in Europe in February 2023.
Frodo and Sam's journey if it took place in the United States.
Bilbo headed to East Palestine. I saw a bad map of proposed European times on a map without DSD, so I have decided to make a better one. I'm pretty sure Greece is +2.
Is the European country's capital or the country's name an USA city? What happened to ISIS territory in Syria?
Why did the US choose that little area to occupy?
How much territory Russia and Ukraine hold at 1 year of war? How many lives do cats have?
In Belarus, cat has no life.
How big Brazil actually is. A lot of people would die if you moved Brazil on top of the US.
Ethnic map of modern Yugoslavia.
This feels intentionally enraging.
England vs South Korea.
The driftless area of the north-central US, where the glaciers missed a spot 4 times.
Which country has the most naturally armored area on Earth? I think it's China.
Countries never visited by a sitting US president.
Who visited Somalia?
Video of bike tours I did around Munich. Earth's 12 largest subdivisions.
Potential high-speed rail routes in the US and Canada to connect 50% of the population.
Atlanta be damned.
Status of democracy in Europe according to the EU Democracy Index 2022.
If it had been on the Vatican City, it would probably have been red.
Languages in Romania other than Romanian.
Why do you have all languages spelled in English, but then write Slovak with a W? Slovak. Africa's population density.
Religious followers in Europe.
USA and Europe homicide rate comparison.
The Bulgarian Empire at its peak in Google Earth.
The year.
What people in the UK prefer with their chips by regional breakdown.
Percentage of adult population in Europe that does not speak any foreign language.
Only in European languages.
How Europeans view Muslims.
Greek here, we have an unfavourable view about everyone. They just didn't ask us about the others.
Distribution of the Roman legions in 2nd century CE.
Even the Romans had to keep greater military presence in the Balkans. Flesh S. He.
Germany population distribution.
You can tell this country used to be many small countries. Siege of Leningrad in 1 minute using Google Earth.
Михаила Бубукова. Пусть осенит вас непобедимое знамя великого лета. За полный разгром немецких захватчиков, смерть немецким оккупантам. Да здравствует наша славная Родина, ее свобода, ее независимость. Под знаменем Ленина вперед, победа!
Murder rate throughout Europe.
The one tiny region in the Alps.
The largest national park in the European Union.
Welcome to the jungle. Currently occupied territories according to international law. Western Sahara needs more international coverage.
This map shows one of many examples of a Europe without Germany after WW2 was over. The Dutch would be a minority in their own country.
Temperature time-lapse of North America, December 2022 to early January.
Places that don't exist according to internet memes.
World map if East African Federation gets established.
The DRC and South Sudan joining put this whole thing 6 feet under before it even began. Acceptance of migrants.
I'm shocked that Japan is any shade of blue.
Average number of days with snow cover in Poland, 1960 1-92V, 2011 -20.
Why Christians face persecution in 2023, according to Open Doors.
Why are Catholics not Christians all of a sudden? Percentage of wealth owned by top 1% in Europe. Happy Lullen's noises.
Fence borders in the walls.
Well, apparently the Ukrainian-Russian fence wasn't high enough.
Countries that are monarchy or republic.
Iceland has migrated rather far this year.
Holodomor recognition as genocide across the US and the EU. A Holodomor. It is second most deadly genocide after Holocaust. I see Britain leaving the EU left the perfect blank spot to add context charts.
Немецким оккупантам. Да здравствует наша славная Родина, ее свобода, ее независимость. От знамени Ленина вперед, победа!
The designated head of the German state signed the act of unconditional surrender of all German land, sea and air forces in Europe to the Allied expeditionary forces and simultaneously to the Soviet High Command.
Net domestic migration by state in the EU as 2020-2021.
Colorado Pete.
Murder rate in Japan.
Percent of population saying most people can be trusted.
Would also be interesting to see this compared to what people would have said 40 years ago.
Language map of Belgium.
Good thing it didn't get the clutter of municipalities with language facilities.
Please like and subscribe if you made it this far. I hope you enjoy the rest of this video, and have a wonderful day.
Global sunshine hours with the cloudiestly sunny town in the world, Toro, Colombia.
I'm surprised Central Australia isn't orange. Don't see cloud out there much ever. Furthest German advance in the USSR, on the borders of modern Russia.
Greatest extent of the Russian Empire.
What language is spoken in Switzerland?
French green and Italian blue. Thain.
Countries that provide military aid to Ukraine.
Population change in Greece by province according to new national census.
Biggest religion groups.
Old Finland.
Did you know that at one point in time, Lithuania was the largest country in Europe?
Countries that have sent or offered help to Turkey and Syria in regards to the devastating earthquake on February 6, 2023.
Really got to ask why the Isle of Man and Jersey haven't pledged aid.
Israel 1967 greatest extent. This is the weirdest comment section I think I'd ever seen. Is there some lore I'm missing?
The Celtic Union. I thought they were Celtic tribes all over Western Europe, included Spain and Portugal.
In red, the territory comprising the initial purchase offer given by US diplomat James Gadsden to Santa Anna in 1853.
Also believes the US wanted the Yucatan Peninsula, which was independent at the time.
Highest and lowest temperature recorded in Europe.
Bacillobacteria contamination in New York waters, 1985 vs 2020.
Fittingly, the one remaining yellow spot in 2020 appears to be Flushing Bay.
Map of everywhere named after Queen Victoria. Chicago shootings from 2014-2022 in comparison to police-involved shootings.
How reliable is this data exactly? Roads of the Old World vs the New World.
It's like that experiment where they give different drugs to spiders.
Private jets departing Arizona after the Super Bowl.
Suckers. I was able to watch it in the comfort of my home.
World's lithium reserves by country.
European map and cars 2.
Northern Ireland suggests the existence of a car IRA.
Before/after the 7.8m earthquake that struck Turkey. Location Hatay.
Suicide rate by country.
Areas affected by the massive 78 earthquake in Kahramanmaraş, Turkey.
A second one happened at 1:24 p.m. with a magnitude of 7.5 in the same area.
Who controls what in Syria? Russian invasion of Ukraine every day to
Хотя тишина должна быть на Донбассе.
When the history of this era is written, Putin's war in Ukraine will have left Russia weaker and the rest of the world stronger. Well, американцев, англов, франков, германов – это такие же формы расизма, как русофобия и антисемитизм.
50% of UK population lives in the circle.
Calais was never safe.
Estimated black population in Europe by country.
Rate of cousin marriages in South Asia.
Population of cities above 40,000 in Europe in 1500.
Northern Europe, forced noises.
How many people speak Italian in Europe?
It's funny Switzerland is lower than Albania despite Italian being an official language.
Fertility rates in the world. 1970-2022.
Number of Ukrainian refugees displaced in Europe in February 2023 per capita. See comment for sources and numbers. Someone mentioned it was hard to get good maps of US waterways, but I remembered finding this one somewhere.
Map from New Russian textbook where the Ukrainian regions of Donetsk, Luhansk, Kherson and Zaporizhia are designated as part of Russia.
Timbuktu's of Europe. Language map.
In Romanian, La Momadracu is used a lot too, and it means the same as in Greek.
Someone here posted a map of earthquakes since 1900. Now watch it one being to the map of actual tectonic plates.
That's a big part of how we determine the estimated plate boundaries.
Standard paper sizes.
Russia depicted in Call of Duty MW2 and MW3 where it occupies the majority of Europe in 24 hours and the east coast of the US within days. Versus Russia, in real life, 1 year into the invasion of Ukraine, it's desperately holding onto its initial gains for dear life. Well, modern warfare was ridiculous, so I wouldn't go using it as a yardstick for reality.
Cocaine prices per gram worldwide.
In the Netherlands it's €50.
Coffee consumption per capita.
Side note, Sweden and Finland are also usually in the top when it comes to eating ice cream.
The most commonplace name in each European country.
The point farthest from any ocean on Earth. I happened to go there and it is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen.
As accurate as I could allocate a range map in the United States. Funny, I don't see any green up around Brooklyn. Gold reserves around the world. Relatively Italy, France and Germany are balanced.
Map of the ancient Etrangak Empire and its peripheries according to the Ichwandan-Gogi.
Finogrian hyperwar was real. Map of British areas of outstanding beauty.
Just to clarify, these are not the same as national parks.
Where Europeans would move if they had to leave their country.